Goodness McGracious. How the fuck is everybody doing? No intro just yet. Got a new PC. Haven't switched it over yet. Haven't switched it over yet. I will be soon though. Will be soon. I need a USB to put the data into so I can transfer it over. Right now, we're doing divisional round picks. I think it's going to be a very, very good playoffs. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, Ashton, how you doing? How you doing? I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a good time. Used to having my phone open, but with my new PC, the chat on StreamYard actually works, so I don't have to look at my phone all the time, which is pretty nice. How's your day going, Ashton? How's your day going? Ooh, it's been raining all day over here. It's very cold. Very cold. But it's my kind of day. I love it when it's rainy, when it's cold. It's nice. Doing good? Nice. Very nice. Woo! Can't wait for these playoffs. We'll get into predictions here in a couple minutes. Went live just a little bit early. Just a little bit early. Dallas Cowboys at the San Francisco 49ers. January 22nd, 2023. Just a few days away. I'm looking forward to it. Woo, doggy doggy. It's going to be a fun slate. I will be calling them all. Including the Super Bowl. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of good teams left. A lot of good things going on. Hey, Daniel. How you doing, man? How you doing? Get started here in a couple of minutes. It's going to be a good time. Just enjoying having a new PC for once. First team we'll be starting with. Let's get it started. Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers. We'll talk about it here in a minute. Give some people a little bit of time. Hey, Yusef, how you doing, man? I'm doing great. It's been a rainy day, but I got some good work in, and got a good nap in. You know, when you're a little bit older, naps are awesome. Ashton has the 49ers. Okay. Can't complain about that. Certainly can't. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Got full watching. As I said, we're starting with the San Francisco 49ers, who are facing the Dallas Cowboys. This is going to be an interesting matchup because the Dallas Cowboys have shown that they can lay an absolute egg. They did it against the Commanders. They were just horrible. I believe that game was 24-6 or 26-6, something like that. It was just nasty. And they balled out against a team that really didn't belong in the playoffs in the Buccaneers. So it's not the best example of, hey, look what the Cowboys can do. But, you know, that's a practice game. It got their confidence high, and it fine-tuned the defense, fine-tuned the offense. That goes a long way. Mentality is a big part of football. And this will be the toughest defense. It's the 13th ranked defense, 14th against the pass, 8th against the rush. It'll be the toughest defense 49ers have played. Hey, Nina. Hello again. I don't get a fucking noti. I knew you were going live at 4, but still. How you doing, Nina? Hopefully you and your family are A-okay. And how you doing, Luke? So this is going to be very, very interesting. This will be the toughest defense Brock Purdy's played. This will be an opportunity to show is he as good as advertised? Because really, he's not played against any real defenses at all. This is being talked about in the Discord last night. I mean, they really haven't. He hasn't had to really face anyone in the top 10, I don't think. It's wheelchair Luke in the chat, guys. So do me a favor and get those wheelchair emotes going in the chat. Show Luke some support. But yeah, this is going to be very interesting because the 49ers defense, they aren't playing around either. Second ranked, 13th in passing, 7th in rushing. This is going to be a defensive fight. I don't think there's going to be a lot of scoring here. I just think it's going to be a battle. I think it's going to be low scoring. I think it's going to be close. I think it comes down to which Dak Prescott you get, and is Brock Purdy the real deal. It's going to be fascinating. It's going to be something. Looking forward to seeing what kind of havoc Bosa can wreck. That O-line's solid for the Cowboys. Dak's coming off a killer game against the Bucs. Again, they aren't worth a damn, the Bucs, but confidence goes a long way, like I said. It's going to be tough. And I have thought about this. We were talking about this in the TSF Discord last night, and I've been thinking about it a lot. But I'm going to go 49ers. Squeaking by the Cowboys. I'm talking like 20-14, something like that. How's the new PC? Dude, it's smooth. I had OBS running earlier. One of the things that I ran into, one of the problems that I ran into with the old PC was I couldn't have Canva going. I couldn't have any kind of window like that open with OBS. I had them both going because I was setting up the backgrounds that you see and installing them as I went. Smooth, just flying. For the game, for the first game coming up, which I believe is this game. No, I think it's the Jags Chiefs. I'm gonna try my hand at a moving background. See what I can't come up with. Just have a little bit of fun. Make it a little bit spicier. But yeah, it's going smooth. I absolutely love it. The screen is definitely smaller than the one I had, but I love it. It's fast. It's smooth. It's clean. It's nice. It's awesome. But yeah, I have the 49ers winning, and I genuinely think it's going to be close. I know the Cowboys are sticking with Maher, but I think in a clutch spot they're going to go for 2 because of what he did last time out, and I think that's going to affect them. I think that's going to hurt them. So let's move on to the G-Men and the Eagles. Hey, Crazy Dog. How you doing, man? How you doing? How's things? How's things? How's things? BRB, I have to go to a meeting. You have to go to a meeting? What are you, business tycoon? CEO? In Zoom? Are you talking to your butler? There we go, Nina with the wheelchair. That's exactly what Luke needed. Okay. Giants and Eagles. I'll be honest with you. I'm looking forward to this game. Thought about inviting my brother on, but he'll not want to do that. Him watching the Giants game is incredibly funny. He's very loud, very demonstrative. It's a hoot. Ashton has Eagles. Okay. Ashton has Eagles. Nice, Crazy. Nice. Man. 18th ranked offense for the Giants, 25th defense, 26th in passing defense, 4th in rushing. Eagles second ranked offense, defense third, ninth in passing, fifth in rushing. This Eagles team, they're a beast. And the Giants, I think it's their last 8 matchups, I think, against the Eagles, including the playoffs, they've lost. They just had a better team overall. They do. But I think that streak has to end at some point. The Eagles dominating the Giants. I just think, honestly, despite the defensive numbers for the Giants, Daniel Jones' mobility, Saquon Barkley, I mean, did you see the way he played last week? Spinning and juking. Man, he was just on another level. Daniel Jones, too, he was throwing darts. He was just incredible. I think this isn't... I don't think this is going to be dominating on either side. I don't think the Eagles are going to come in and say, just like ram it down the Giants' throat. I don't think that's going to happen. These two teams know each other very, very well. They play each other very, very tough. Let me see if I can't find the last matchup. Yeah, the last meeting, January 7th, the Eagles won 22-16. I think it'll be similar. If I'm not mistaken, Hurts played in that game, right? Might have been his first one of his first games back after getting hurt, or maybe it was I can't remember now. My instincts tell me to go with the Giants, just based off them being sneaky. But I gotta go with the Eagles here. They're just too good. They're just overall. They shut down the pass. They shut down the run. They know how to play football. Not that the Giants don't. But I think the Giants have had a year that's better than expected. Nobody had them going into the playoffs unless you're a Giants fan, and I understand that. I think Daniel Jones has proven to be that guy. Sometimes it just takes a new coach. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of a change, and you can get the good out of people. And I think that's been proven with Dabble, however the hell you say his name, who I think will be the coach of the year. Eagles are just too tough, and the Giants, I think they've gone as far as they're going to in the playoffs, and that's impressive to where they've come. I just don't think they have enough yet. Daniel Jones is throwing to nobody, and when you're going up against the 9th ranked defense when it comes to passing, they're going to shut those no names down. Slayton's not going to burn you. Hodges isn't going to burn you. That's just not going to happen. I think the Eagles are going to win, but I think it'll be a similar game to last time. Was it 22-16? I think it'll be similar to that. It's not going to be a barn burner, but it'll be an interesting. I think it'll be an interesting one, but I think the Eagles win it. Let's go. Jags Chiefs. This honestly is one of those matchups that Cowboys 49ers, Jags Chiefs, Bengals Bills are the 3 I'm looking most forward to. The G-Men and the Eagles, I think it'll be fun. But it's of all the matchups, and this might be surprising, but of all the matchups, I think it's the one that could get the most out of hand. Personally, that's how I feel. Gosh, it's going to be a good one. Actually, the Cincy Buffalo game's first. Ooh, spicy. Jaguars, 9th ranked offense, 24th defense, 10th in passing, 4th in rushing D. Chiefs, first offense, obviously. They were literally doing, reround the posy against the Raiders in the huddle. They had the 12th ranked defense, 1st ranked in passing and 20th in rushing. Hey, Jacob, which is the only thing I think that'll keep this game closer than it probably should. Jaguars can't do what they did last week. This is the Chiefs. They aren't going to let you come back. They learned their lesson against the Colts a few years ago. They aren't going to do that again. Not on this big a stage. Not with Mahomes, who's going to be the MVP. But I think it's going to be ETN that's going to keep this game close. If Lawrence remembers, he excels when getting the ball out quickly. Slants, screens, dinking and dunking. Remember who you are, Jags, and I think you'll be fine. You won't win the ball game, but you'll have a heck of a time out there, and I think it's gonna be a close game. What was it last time they played? I just saw the number. Yeah, 27-17. They played November 12th of last year. Ah, man. I think this is going to be a close one. I think Lawrence learned a lot from his last start, his first playoff start, to have the confidence. You throw 4 picks and then you come out, first ever playoff game, and you light it up. You turn a terrible game into a great game, and you pull off the win. That takes skill. That's not easy. And I think they'll put a charge into the Chiefs. I don't think the Jags are going to roll over at all. I can't give a score prediction though, because who the hell knows? But I don't think it's going to be 27-17. I think it'll be. It could very well be closer than that. Chiefs just. I mean, people saying that they were going to drop off because they lost Hill. Nah. They've been as right as rain. The run game's been incredible. Pacheco, however the hell you say his name, he's been a good fit for him. It's just that offense is dangerous. I mean, they're clicking on all cylinders. This is as good as they played since their Super Bowl run. They're going to be tough to beat. Very, very tough to beat. But I think the Jags are going to give them their money's worth. They're now, again, 10th ranked against the pass, 14th against the rushing. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. This is the playoffs. This is the divisional round. But I think they're going to keep it close. The Chiefs will win. I'm very much looking forward to this game because the Chiefs, believe it or not, were the first team I ever rooted for. It was first, I believe, at least my earliest memory, the first team I ever watched play football was the Chiefs. It was when Joe Montana played for them. I still remember it. It was an away game for the Chiefs, and Joe Montana was calling for quiet, and he actually got it. Still gives me goosebumps. That's a lot of respect for anyone to get. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Let's plug the old laptop in. Plug the old laptop in. Hey, Jacob. Jacob went to Captain Game Friday. You actually got tickets? There you go. Next. I really like these old school images here. I'm seeing Steph in person. Yeah, that's a reason to be hyped for sure. I'd love to see him live. That'd be great. I would love that. This is the matchup a lot of people have wanted ever since the cancellation after the DeMar Hamlin accident. I'm so sick of hearing about Hill all season long. They said his name more during Chiefs games, and exactly. It's like some people just didn't appreciate just how good that overall how good that offense was. Just how good of a coach Andy Reid is and how great of a quarterback Mahomes is. I mean, they just weren't given that entity, that phenomenal setup as a whole, they weren't giving it enough credit. So yeah, I mean, as a a casual Chiefs fan, even I was irritated by that. So I imagine someone who's actually a Chiefs fan would be just over it after the first game. Last time these two teams played, obviously there was the cancellation. It was a 7-3 ball game. I hope the Bills beat the Bengals somehow. That game, it was a bit of a slow start, if I'm not mistaken. And then it started, each team started to kind of hit their stride. It looked like it was going to be promising. And obviously, Hamlin got hurt. Do you think Hamlin is... yeah, absolutely. He's been, from what I saw, he's been at the facility almost every day with the team. Obviously, he's not going to play, and who knows if he'll ever play again. Maybe he will. Football players are kind of a different breed, so who knows? I'd be nervous too. Bengals 15th ranked offense, 7th ranked defense, 7th in passing defense, 29th in rushing defense. The Bills 4th overall offense, 1st in defense, 8th in passing defense, 9th in rushing defense. Joe Burr is just... The Bengals had a rough start, and they turned it around, and they've been clicking. They've just been tearing it up. Joe Burrow's playoff career, 4-1 record, 6 tutties, and 2 interceptions. I don't know, man. Defense is averaging 17.9 points per game. That's 2nd overall. It's tough. It's tough. I've thought about this one. Thompson had 2 interceptions in the wild card game. It's tough. My instinct wants me to go with the Bengals. But I just don't think I can. I don't think Burrow's going to be able to do enough. But it's going to be close. It's going to be an absolute barn burner. High scoring in the 30s. I think it's going to be insane. The Bills, I think, have an edge on special teams, especially if Hines can do what he did and do what he did not that long ago, which get 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown. And also, I imagine him will literally be at the game. Last week for the Bills, it was a tough game. It wasn't an easy win, and this is a really, really good Bengals team. It's going to be very, very hard to beat them. The way they're playing, the way their defense is playing, the way their offense is playing. It's just going to be tough. It's going to be so tough. This is a real challenge. The whole narrative of let's do it for tomorrow, that's nice if it's a movie, but life is sometimes there are movie script moments. There are just perfect moments, but life isn't always fair. Life isn't always like a film. So at least one with a happy ending. T. Higgins was targeted 6 times, had 4 receptions and 37 yards last time. Jacob, that was just a test. I was just testing stuff out. I was just making sure everything was okay. So Higgins is going to have to get going for the Bengals. 1,029 yards, 7 touchdowns on the season. He's going to have a game. And let's not forget, he was the player involved in the Damar Hamlin accident, so I imagine that's been weighing on him. They're so close to winning an Uno. There you go. Uno's fun. Love Uno. Yeah. This is a coin flip. This is a coin toss. Bills corners are so damn good. I think Mixon's got to get it going, and I think Higgins has to get involved. This is tough. I think it was Cheesy. I don't remember. I think it might have been Rocha. I'll have to go and look. I'm not 100% sure. This is what I've weighed on. I've weighed this 100 times. I thought about this a ton. I just one day it's the Bengals, next day it's the Bills. I just don't know. But I gotta pick one. I think the Bengals are gonna win. We'll be doing it again next season. We'll also be doing baseball, so be on the lookout for that. And World Baseball Classic isn't that far away, and I'll be covering that live too. And I'll also be doing more Diamondbacks content as the season looms closer and closer. I'm not doing auction league for baseball. As for football, I probably won't do that again, but it depends. I'll take a league-wide vote. Yeah, I think the Bengals are going to win. I think it's really not that complicated, Jacob. Just do a lot of mock drafts and get yourself prepared. Train up because I think the majority of us actually really like it. I had fun with it. But I'll do a league-wide vote because I'm bringing the same league back. I'll add a couple of people probably. If I do, then I'll probably switch over to like a normal thing because a big auction league is kind of a bummer. So, but yeah. You had to be because you weren't. You just weren't right for it. You weren't ready for it yet. The league as a whole made the choice because you weren't right for it. AMD, Chiefs, Bills, Eagles, 49ers. I have the Chiefs, I have the Bengals, I have the Eagles, and I have the 49ers. You just, well, not to be rude or anything, Jacob, but you just seemed very overwhelmed by it. You seemed very upside down and confused. So we just decided to go ahead and bring somebody else in. But just do mock drafts, just practice, and we'll see what we can do. So yeah, that's realistically, I don't see how we can. How we beat San Fran. The thing is, your Cowboys defense will be the hardest. Purdy, has faced. He's played some pretty vanilla defenses. I think it's the Seahawks. Twice? Once. Hold on. Let me bring it up real quick. 49ers games. Let's go ahead and bring it up real quick. Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a hell of a game. Cardinals defense, not great. Raiders defense, not great. And they gave you guys a challenge, a real big challenge. Commanders D, no struggle there. Seahawks D, no struggle there. I mean, that's the sort of thing that I'm talking about. This will be the hardest test Brock Purdy's faced. And after that tune-up against the Buccaneers, the Cowboys are going to be flying high, absolutely just going for it, and feeling confident. Confidence is huge. That O-line is really good. Pollard's just on another level. Then you have, Elliott. But there is that 49ers D. Bosa's not, Bosa's no joke. It's going to be a hell of a game, like you said. But, man, I just can't help but give it to the 49ers. Can't help it. Yeah, those are my predictions. I think it's going to be the Eagles. I think it's going to be the Bengals. I think it's going to be the Eagles. I think it's going to be the 49ers. We can absolutely pull it off. It's just going to be hard. Yeah. Especially if you guys come out and you lay an egg like you did against the Commanders. That's not going to do you any favors. But that's why I bring up the Bucs game. Because we all agree they shouldn't have been in, but they won their division. It's a tune-up game. It's a tune-up game. And boy, did they tune up. They're going to come out confidence sky high. Now, if they come out and a pick six right away, ooh, tough. But, man, it's going to be tough. The whole reason why I think the 49ers are going to win is because of that defense. I think that's going to keep them in the game. Worst outing was against the Raiders. And that was Stidham playing quarterback, and he let you guys up. Or let the 49ers up, excuse me. So, as long as they don't do that, I think they're going to put a lot of pressure on Dak. They're just going to rain havoc. Just wreak havoc. It's going to be nuts. Absolutely nuts. That's why I think the 49ers are going to win. So, yes, Jacob, saw you asked if I'm doing a Super Bowl. I am doing a Super Bowl. I'm doing every playoff game for the rest of the way. If our whole team shows up like last week, we got a good shot. You have a very good shot. Very, very good shot. But the 49ers, even if Purdy struggles somewhat, they still have Kittle, who could be his emergency target. They can still bring out the trickeration with Deebo Samuel. They still have Elijah Mitchell. I know he didn't have a great game last time out. And Christian McCaffrey. And Brandon Ayuk, who could do screenplays to and stuff. It's just they're stacked, man. They're really, really stacked. That getting Christian McCaffrey was a big, big deal. You know why I'm rooting for the Niners? No, I do not. Enlighten me. And then we'll head out because we all have stuff to do. We have games coming on. We have food to eat. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be a good night, full of food and games. What could be better? The Hawks and Mavericks are playing here in about 15, 20 minutes. For Roach and PJ Isaiah. There you go. There you go. Honestly, that's why I'm rooting for them too. That's not why I think they'll win. I have to be realistic about these things. But I'll be rooting for the 49ers big time. Big time for them. And the Cowboys, honestly. I have Cowboys friends, So I won't be terribly upset if either team... I don't have a horse in any of these races. All I want, especially as a guy going to be calling the game, all I want is for a good-ass ball game. For each. And I think we'll get them. Like I said, the only game that could potentially be a blowout is Giants-Eagles, and I really don't even think that'll be a case there. I really, really don't. Bengals, Eagles, 49ers. Both teams match up well, just 49ers. Yeah. Chiefs, Bengals, Eagles, 49ers. Am I streaming NBA again? At some point. There's going to be a lull between the last game before the Super Bowl and when the actual Super Bowl is played. So that'll probably be around the time that I do some more Diamondbacks content and also NBA games. So yeah, definitely will be. I'm going to head out. Y'all been great. This has been fun. I really like these Really, really like them. I really like my new PC as well. This has been a smooth stream. It just depends on the time. It's all about the time and the matchup, Jacob. That's what it all comes down to. What time does the game start? Do I know each team? Can I memorize the roster in time? That's what it all comes down to. So maybe. You never know. You never know. Will I be live tomorrow? I think I might go live for like a tier list or something. 2 sweets. One day I'll have emotes in here. One day. I'm not too far away. I'm at 525 subs. I just need 1,000. I'm almost at 4,000 viewing hours. One day. But anyway, I'm going to peace out. I'm going to get myself something to eat. I'll catch y'all later. This has been fun. Look for a stream tomorrow, possibly. Kind of want to get some content out. This has been fun.